Good evening, everyone. I'm Steve Thomas. This is the C10 game of the week. We're at Bethel High School tonight. The Bethel Braves hosting the Jefferson Raiders in South Puget Sound League action. Both these teams right on the verge of, well, possible playoff elimination as they head toward postseason play. This is a very, very big game for both teams. With me, Mike Mullen, the head coach of the Bethel Braves, and Bruce Case, the head man of the Jefferson Raiders. Mike, first of all, I guess you've had some tough luck on televised games this year, so I imagine you'd like to break the streak tonight.
Oh, yeah, it all ends sometime or later, so no, it doesn't matter.
Mike, tell me a little bit about how your club has done in recent weeks.
Been playing well, but we've been getting beat. Win tonight, we have a shot. Lose tonight, we're done.
It really puts a lot of the pressure on you right here. It's all hangs out tonight.
That's how it's, yeah, that's it.
Tell me a little bit about this Jefferson club. They've got some good ball players.
Jefferson is a good ball club. Bruce has done a real good job with them, and he's got some real good young kids, and it's going to be a good game. Their strengths are our strengths, and it's just where the inside people, who plays the best inside, is what's going to happen.
Bruce, it looks tonight like this might be a game decided on the outside. A lot of firepower from the guard position.
Well, yeah, I think Bethel does probably as well as any team in the league, getting the ball down for an early offense. And I think if we have to be able to get back and play defense on the early offense. If we don't, it'll be a long night for us.
And two guards like they have, the guys that have really done the job for them this year, obviously you got to have something a little bit up your sleeve. You got to somehow shut down that outside firepower that Bethel does.
Oh, yeah, I think, it gets down to defense. I think we have to rebound the ball and compete on the boards. I think that helps a little bit. If we can rebound the ball offensively, defensively, I think that we can, compete. If we can't, they'll get the ball out early and get it down, and we're in trouble in that situation.
A win tonight, this is a tough place to play, but a victory tonight puts you in the driver's seat.
Well, we have a long ways to go, and we have a tough road, and we've just playing one at a time.
First case of Jefferson High School, Mike Mullen of Bethel. We'll be back with the starting lineups here at Bethel High School right after this.
And now, the breakthrough in music for your car. Alpine Car Audio Systems. Electronically tuned FM AM cassette decks that deliver rich, live music sound. 7-band graphic equalizers, bridgeable amplifiers for expanded high power, and the Alpine collection of powerful, clean subwoofers and speakers. Higher fidelity car audio systems from Alpine. Only your Alpine dealer has them.
Alpine Car Audio Super Systems at the Music Machine Alternative. Come on in and get wired.
Buying your computer is great, but the fun has just begun. Using your computer opens a whole new world of possibilities. That's when you need more than a department store. At Computers Plus, you'll find Atari, Commodore, and Sanyo computers, plus a wide selection of printers and software for home, education, or business, plus all the best games. Computers Plus. Computers Plus the software, accessories, and expert help to get the most out of computing. Computers Plus, 25th and Jefferson, downtown Tacoma.
And good evening once again, everyone. Steve Thomas along with Ron Anderson at Bethel High School. The Bethel Braves and Jefferson Raiders in South Puget Sound League action tonight. Very key ball game, as we mentioned. 4 teams qualify for postseason play, and right now Jefferson stands in that 4th position, and the Bethel Braves and Mike Mullen are in the 5th place spot right at the moment. Our C10 basketball game of the week brought to you in part tonight by South Bend Wood Stove, by Computers Plus, and by the Music Machine Alternative. Take a look at the starting lineups in just a moment. Starting for Jefferson tonight at one guard, number 25, Brock Wortman. Wortman, their leading scorer, averaging 14.5 points per contest. The other guard is number 21, Jim Turner. Now check that. They'll have Ringenbach starting at the other guard tonight. Brett Ringenbach, a sophomore, 6'1". Ringenbach averaging 7.6 points per game. Jim Turner will start at the other forward tonight. Turner, a senior. He is also 6'1", and averaging 4.2 points per game. Chris Gross, 6'3" forward, averaging 13 points a contest. And in the middle will be Greg Ulrich, 6'5", the senior center and the leader on this club, Ulrich averaging about 6 points per game. They are coached by Bruce Case. The Jefferson Raiders come in with a league record of 10-5 entering tonight's action, and a 2-game lead on Bethel at 8-7. For the Bethel Braves tonight, their starting lineup at one guard will be Steve Riefel, a junior, 6'1". Riefel averaging 17 points per game, one of the leading scorers in South Puget Sound League. The other guard will be Pat Mullen, a junior, 6'2". Mullen and Riefel really the outstanding shooters on this Bethel Brave team. Mullen averaging about 14 points per game. And one forward tonight for Bethel will be Chris Olson. He's a senior. He's 6'2". And the other forward spot for the Braves will be Mark Kingstead. 6'2", a senior. Kingstead averaging 9 points per contest. And in the middle for Mike Mullen's Braves tonight, at center, will be Leo Calacleo. Calacleo, 6'3". And the guy they really counted on to clean the boards and get the ball out to their fine shooters, Mullen and Steve Riefel. Our officials tonight, Dean Hayner and Dave Carone. And so as the crowd rises here at Bethel High School, and just before the opening tip-off here tonight, and this good ball game between the 4th and 5th place teams in the South Puget Sound League in a battle for possible postseason playoff position. It is time right now for our national anthem.
A very competitive game tonight, Steve. Both these teams, as you mentioned, are on the verge of elimination. They got their backs against the wall, so to speak, and I expect them both to be scrapping and doing everything in their power out there to win this game tonight. It should be a good contest.
Hayner set to throw the ball up in the middle. It'll be Calacleo for the Braves in the gray uniforms and the red numerals. And the bright red uniforms with white numerals tonight. Standing in there will be Greg Ulrich for the Jefferson Raiders. So set to go with first quarter action. Hayner tosses it up, and Calacleo gets the tip. Comes into forecourt now to Pat Mullen. Mullen right side angle to Riefel, to Mullen on top. Mullen top of the key around the pitch, looking for the shot, can't find it. In the lane, there's Riefel, and he takes one in. Steve Riopel, their leading scorer, averaging 17 points a game, has his first two when the Braves are on top 2-0. Right corner, throws, trying to get it underneath, gets it back to him. Throws to the baseline, double team, lobs it out front. Wortman is their leading scorer. He handles the basketball on the left side now. The Ringenbach. Right side angle with Jim Turner. Wortman. Right wing to Turner, all the way to the baseline. Down to Ringenbach. In the lane, tried to bounce it through, scramble for the loose ball, and picking it up in back court for the Jefferson Raiders is Wortman. Left side angle, swings it off there to Ringenbach. Out of Wortman. Wortman drives the middle, goes up for the shot. It's no good, but we've got a whistle and a foul. And the foul will be on Chris Olson. That'll be his first and the first team foul on the Bethel Braves. Brock Wortman goes to the free throw line for Jefferson. Wortman, the sophomore, their leading scorer, averaging 14.5 points a game. His first one in and out, no good. Wortman on the year hitting 70% at the line. He's got the second one. It's a 2-1 ball game. Bethel on top. In backcourt, Mullen getting some zone trap pressure now. With the return pass. In the lane, a fake and a bank shot. It's good by Riopel. He's got two in a row. It's 4-1, the Braves on top.
It's twice now Riopel's got inside, and he's a smaller player going over big guys in there, but he's effective inside as well as outside.
Wortman on the right side angle now. On the wing, gets the pick from the big guy, Greg Ulrich. Now deep in the corner to Jim Turner. The Ulrich, little 5-footer, crawls in for it. 4-3 ball game, quickly into forecourt. The Braves dish off on the right side. There's Riopel again, another layup. Fine pass one more time from Pat Mullen to Riopel. And Mullen steals the basketball and lays it home. So the Braves, with that trapping pressure, have forced a couple of mistakes now. Bruce Case up off the bench, yelling out some instructions to the Raiders now as they bring it into forecourt, trailing 8-3. Wortman, top of the key. Looks at the shot, doesn't go with it. Wortman trying to use a pick. Now goes deep in the corner. Ringenbach looks at the shot from there, but doesn't want it. Ringenbach down low. There's Ulrich. He lays it in. So it's an 8-5 ball game. Ulrich with his second basket here in the early going. 5:20 left to play first quarter. Cross-court pass. Top of the key now comes to Pat Mullen. To Riopel. There's Mullen around a pick. 16-footer, short, no good. Here come the Raiders. 1-on-3. Pass in the lane. The layup good. Fine pass that time on the right side angle to Ringenbach, and he laid it home. And we have a timeout. 4:58 left to play here in the first quarter. And the Bethel Braves lead it by a score of 8-7. Interesting run in that early going, especially Riopel being able to slice the middle and find the opening right down the gut of that defense to get some layups.
He did get inside a couple of times, and the thing that makes Bethel so tough is the way that Riopel and Mullen complement each other. As you might have noticed, on all three of Riopel's inside shots, all of them were on passes from Pat Mullen. And those two know each other very well, and they work so well together that Pat knows how to feed Riopel, and Riopel knows what to do when he gets it.
You see Bruce Case talking to his charges down below. Not too happy about the way Bethel was able to penetrate that defense in the early going, but his club has come back with a couple of fast break baskets and nearly drawn into a tie now. 8-7 Bethel on top. 4:58 left to play in this first quarter. Mullen with a basketball in forecourt. Around the horn of Riopel, now to Mullen. Penetrates the middle, dishes off underneath. The layup is good. Nice feed that time to Mark Tingstad, who got the layup. 10-7, Bethel on top. And again, that penetration, the real key so far for Bethel. Turnaround move out front. Wortman gets it Left side angle now to Ringenbach. Back to Wortman. Out of Ringenbach in the left wing. Top of the key to Jim Turner. Down low. Bounce pass stolen away. Lead to Mullen. One-on-one, and he's fouled. Foul will be on Brock Wortman. That's his first. First team foul as well on the Jefferson Raiders. We've got a substitution. Checking into the contest is Sean McCauley for the Raiders, and coming out of the lineup is Jim Turner. Mullen in the backcourt now along with Chris Olson at the moment. Olson moves out to the left wing and gets the pass there. Riopel open on the right for a 16-footer. That's over and off. Calacaleo gets the rebound and lays it home. Nino Calacaleo got the hoop on the rebound that time, and he is their leading board man on the year. 12-7. Here come the Raiders back the other way. Wortman outside. Top of the key now. Swings it around to Ringenbach. McCauley to Wortman. Ringenbach has the shot in the left corner but doesn't want it. They get it on top now to McCauley. There's Wortman. Double team, top of the circle. Working against the zone defense. Fly by Bethel. Ringenbach on the left wing to McCauley. Trying to get it down low. They do get it to Ulrich for the turn jumper, and it's in and out of there. Scramble for the rebound. Ulrich comes down with it. Lean in 4-footer. Bounces in. Greg Ulrich. And at the other end, all the way to the hoop. Missing the layup. No good. That time is Olsen. Scramble for the loose ball. Mike Mullen all the way down to the other end of the gym. He wanted a foul in the play and was concerned about his player being injured as well. There's the man who went down. It was Chris Olsen, and you see Mike Mullen all the way down to the other end. Now he comes up near the center line and has a little more conversation with Dean Hayner. Boy, Mike Mullen, you can tell he's into this ball game tonight. They've got to have this one. They're 2 games behind Jefferson. And he wanted a foul there, and he didn't get it. And a technical foul called on Mike Mullen. It'll be Brock Wortman to shoot it. He'll shoot a pair. And he misses the first.
That's a tough call, Steve. Mike Mullen, very concerned about his player, went out to see if he was okay, and unfortunately play was still going on. He ran right in the middle of the court, and it's a technical foul by the rules, but he was really concerned about his player more than anything else.
Wortman gets the second now. Wortman 2 out of 4 at the free throw line. I think Mike took a little license there and thought, well, my player is injured, and I also didn't like the calls. Let's go down there and talk about it and check on the player at the same time.
Yeah.
There's McCauley on the left wing, bounce down low, and that is going to be a charge. Chris Gross tried to drive through traffic that time, and he'll pick up the player control foul. First personal on Gross. 12-10, Bethel on top. 2:50 left to play in this first quarter of action. Steve Thomas and Ron Anderson with you at Bethel High School. Dave Carone now comes over to the scorer's table to get something clarified. Trying to make sure they had the foul on the right person there. So we're set to go. Mullen in 4 court. Way out front. Mullen, right side angle. There's Riopel. He passed up the shot this time. Down low, spin jumper, and that one is good. Mark Tingstad hits it. He's got 4 points now. It's 14-10. All the way at the other end. Wortman on left side. Ringenbach from 15 over and off. No good. Rebound underneath. The fake and a slapped out of bounds. Gross tried to go up with a basketball that time, and Calacaleo knocked it out of bounds. Wortman goes to Ulrich. Outside down to McCauley. Around the pick, there's the jumper, and it's good by Wortman. Wortman has his first field goal of the evening. It's 14-12. Bethel on top. Outside Mullen now. Bat looking for somebody splitting that lane. Now goes to the left corner, and there's the shot from 15, which is short. Rebound comes off to Wortman. 3-on-3. Left side angle for the drive and the layup going. Chris Gross got it. And we got a tie ball game at 14 apiece.
I'm really impressed with Wortman so far. He's made a couple of nice passes, and he can go to the hole, too. He kind of reminds me of Pat Mullen last year as a sophomore. Good young player.
In traffic, picking up the basketball and laying it in is Tinkstad. And Mark has hit his only 3 shots so far tonight for 6 points and puts Bethel back on top, 16-14. McCauley left side angle to Wortman now. Down to 1:10 left to play in the first quarter. McCauley had the shot, goes back to Wortman for a 17-footer, and that's down. Teams trading baskets tied at 16. Rapel in the right baseline. Dishes it out front. It's loose. Wortman after it. It's finally hauled out of there that time by Tinkstad. To Kalakaleo, and now they'll set it up once more out on top. Around the pick, Rapel from 15, and he couldn't get it. Ulrich has the rebound. McCauley down low, and we've got violation. He steps on the baseline. Gross tried to make the step along the baseline and get the layup underneath, but he stepped right out of bounds. Checking into the game now for Jefferson is Eric Holmquist. As coming out of the lineup is Chris Gross. Mullen walks it across the 10-second stripe. 25 seconds left to play in the quarter. And the Raiders here are going to go for the final shot. Check that, Bethel going for the final shot of the first period. As we're tied at 16, down to 10 seconds to play in the quarter. Around the pick, there's a long jumper by Mullen. Bounces high, no good. Rebound, Ulrich. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. McCauley at half court. Did he get the shot away? He did. It went in, but they will wipe it out. McCauley got the shot away just after the buzzer had sounded, and it banked in off the glass, but they'll wipe it out. It did come after the buzzer. So after 1 quarter, a great ball game here at Bethel High School. The Braves and Raiders tied at 16. Our C10 Game of the Week brought to you tonight by South End Wood Stoves and Spas, featuring the finest in quality wood stoves. Names like Orley, Malenko, and Forrester. These stoves are not only good-looking, but very efficient. See them all at 9716 South Tacoma Way. South End Wood Stoves and Spas. Well, a good first quarter of action back and forth that time, Rod, and we saw a lot of good penetration, especially from Bethel in the early going, but as you mentioned, Brock Wortman did some at the other end himself for Jefferson.
Yeah, he really did impress me. He was up and down the court as well. I think a fast-paced game like this will favor Bethel, however.
We'll take a break. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this.
If you drive a Japanese vehicle, a European import, or a late-model American car, you're probably driving a unibody automobile. When an accident occurs, a car with unibody construction cannot be straightened by conventional means. For this reason, Lake's Body Shop has installed data liner laser beam equipment direct from Europe. Lake's Body Shop can repair unibodies to an accuracy within 1 millimeter. Expert technicians plus sophisticated MIG welders guarantee you quality repairs. For professional auto body repairs, consult Lake's Body Shop in Tacoma.
Bring warmth and style into your home and save money, too, with energy-efficient wood-burning stoves from South End Wood Stoves and Spas. They carry a huge selection of freestanding and insert stoves, all at prices to meet your budget. And now, why live with high heating bills when you can live with the economical warmth of a Forrester wood stove? Backed by a 20-year warranty from the nation's oldest stove manufacturer, the Forrester is capable of heating 1,500 to 3,000 square feet comfortably. Warmth, beauty, and savings. Come and find it all today at South End Wood Stoves and Spas.
We know your floor has seen a lot of traffic over the years. Traffic that's taken a terrible toll on your once beautiful floor.
Right now, Stan's Custom Floors in Spanaway is having a sale on Congolium floor coverings. Congolium floors are backed by a 3-way consumer protection plan, plus they never need waxing.
So if your old floor has seen enough traffic, replace it with a new one from Congolium today. But you'd better step on it. This special offer ends soon.
We needed the trees for firewood, but we never stopped to realize one day the trees might be gone. Since Peace Corps came from the United States, we have learned how to make better use of our land. Volunteers showed us how to replant what we need and how to save what we have for the generations still to come.
I took my forestry degree and put it to work in the Peace Corps.
The United States Peace Corps, the toughest job you'll ever love.
So we're set to go with the second quarter. Pelicoleo will jump it against Chris Gross for Jefferson. And they have the buzzer sounding. And somebody wasn't quite set to go. I don't think they had wound the clock down quite enough yet. And now they have, and we're ready to play. A 16-16 ball game as we start the second period. Pelicoleo gets the tip, and it comes off to Mullet. Inside, nice pass, the layup, good. Kingstad got it on a fine pass from Pat Mullet. Kingstad now with 8 at the other end. Regenbach down to Wortman. Wortman outside, deep in the corner now, swings it off there to Regenbach, and there's a jumper in the lane, which is no good that time by Gross. Here come the Braves, 3-on-4. Dish it along the baseline, layup, no good. We've got a charging foul call. The foul was on Chris Olson. As he knocked over Wortman that time. That's the second one on Olson. You see Wortman at backcourt now. It's like a 2-1-2 full court trap. Wortman dribbles his way through traffic, brings it all the way down the lane, dishes off, and threw it out of bounds. Off the hands of Eric Holmquist. Mike Mullen getting some instructions that time to one of his charges, Chris Olson, as Mullen brings the basketball down. They clear out a side for Mullen on the right. Trying to get it to Riopel. Down to Mullen. Mullen on top, using a pick by Ulrich, goes around it, and a fall away 16-footer short, and a rebound comes off to the Raiders. 3-on-3. Wortman in the lane, lays it up, no good. Rebound is no good as well. Here comes the Braves the other way. Here comes Riopel. Riopel travels with a basketball. Both teams a little bit out of control, it seemed like, in that sequence, Ron. Mullen tried to force a jumper at the one end, and Wortman at the other end tried to drive all the way through traffic.
It did get out of hand a little bit there. Both teams seem to be content to run here. I know Bethel wants to run because that's what they do best, and Jefferson coach Bruce Case said earlier that he'd like to slow him down a little bit, and I think he's going to have to get a little bit more control of his team here and play a little bit slower of a game to benefit Jefferson here.
Regenbach drives to the lane, loses the basketball, but Wortman comes up with it for a 7-footer, no good. Underneath, Ulrich misses. Ulrich gets it back and lays it home. Greg Ulrich got the hoop. 8 for Ulrich now.
That's one area Jefferson has been very effective tonight, is inside. On their offensive boards, they've had about 4 or 5 opportunities where they've scored on a second or third shot.
Around a pick and a jumper in from 10 feet away by Kingstad, and he is red hot tonight. Mark Kingstad unofficially 5 for 5 from the field. Bethel up by a bucket at 20-18. We're down to 5:45 left to play in the first half. Right side angle now. Turner with the basketball all the way to the corner. Out on top to Regenbach. Drives the middle. Regenbach 8-footer crawls in for him. Brent Regenbach hits it. His 4th point of the night. Riopel on top to Mullen. Mullen tries to drive the middle. Turnaround move. 4-footer good. Nice move by Pat Mullen. He was shut off in one direction as they got the double team pressure. He reversed on the dribble and put it home from about 5 feet away. Bruce Case up off the bench, and he was yelling that time and trying to motion what they wanted to do offensively. Outside now. Ringenbach with a basketball. Goes to Jim Turner. Turner looking for Ulrich down low. Can't get it to him. And now Wortman looks over to the bench. Around a pick comes Ringenbach. Down low. Dishes cross court that time. There's Wortman with a little 5-footer. Can't get it. Ulrich rebounds so good. Layup underneath, good. Chris Gross got it. And again, the offensive board power that time of Jefferson, they just stayed after it. Outside, Mullen misses. Tip no good. Ulrich comes away with it. In the middle, Ringenbach, right side angle to Turner. Step around move. He had it swatted away, and we've got a holding foul. Kaleo checks back into the lineup now. Olsen got the personal foul, and he's got some problems now. That's his third. Jim Turner at the free throw line now for Jefferson. We are tied at 22. Turner's free throw, good. Raiders has the team now 3 of 5 at the free throw line tonight. Turner's second one right there. So Turner gets the pair, and the Raiders up by 2 now at 24-22. Boy, that gives them their first lead of the night. The forecourt Mullen, nice feed underneath, and the layup is good. Beautiful feed that time from Mullen to Feller. Don Feller gets the hoop. His first of the night. We're tied once more at 24 feet. Outside now. Ringenbach down low to Turner. Double team. Into the lane for Ulrich. 5-footer. Got it. Ulrich now double figures with 10. Raiders up by a basket. 3:30 left to play first half. They play catch outside, now deep in the corner. Feller to Mullen to Riefeld from 17. He likes that shot, but he missed it. Here comes Wortman all the way on the other end. Wortman, step through move, and it's double teamed. He gets it back outside to Turner. Out of Wortman to Ulrich. Into the lane to Turner. Double team, swatted away. Kaleo comes away with it. Here comes Mullen. Pulls up top of the key. Around the pick, there's Riepel with a jumper. He's got it.
With that pass by Mullen, that's about 8 or 9 assists already in this first half. He seems to get the ball to the right man. He's a good passer. He sets up his teammates real well.
Holmquist at the other end gets it out front to Wortman. High ball game at 26. And it has been a very, very tight ball game all the way throughout this first half. Bethel had its biggest lead at 8-3 in the early going. But the Raiders came right back to slice into that lead, and it's really been a 2-point ball game the rest of the way. Getting some pressure out front, they steal it away. Mullen underneath to Kaleo, lost control of it. Ulrich comes away. He had it swatted away. Kaleo inside to Riepel, layup good. The other end, Wortman lays it up as he got behind the defense. And Mike Mullen was very upset that time that Wortman got behind everybody and laid it up. Was no good, but did get fouled on the play. Mino Kaleo gets the foul his first. Kaleo, a leading board man. You see him there, 6'3", their center, averaging about 6 rebounds a game. At the free throw line will be Brock Wortman for Jefferson.
I think Jefferson's decided here that they can run with Bethel, and they're gonna keep at it. They've made no real attempt except for one time down to pull them out of that zone and slow it down a little bit. They look like they think they can run with them, and so far they're staying right with them.
Wortman misses the first one. Well, they've been getting down on the break, and they've also really pounded the offensive board. That's been a big key for Jefferson so far. Second one is down. Wortman has his 7th point of the night. It's 28-27. Bethel on top by a single point. We're under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Pat Mullen wants to pull him out of that zone defense right now. Mullen out near the timeline. And you see Bruce Case up off the Jefferson bench instructing his defense as to what they want to do. 5-second count is on. They get it back outside of Chris Olsen. Mullen working against Wortman. Mullen all the way to the corner. 10-footer, good. Mullen has 6. Bethel up now 30-27. Wortman almost lost the handle on it. Picks it back up. Turnaround move. Tries to penetrate. Double team. Dish off pass to Turner. Layup underneath is good. Nice play by Wortman as he drew the defense to him that time and then dished off to Turner. 50 seconds to go in the half. Bethel up by 1 and hanging on to the basketball again near the center stripe. Mullen goes to Riopel. We're down to 30 seconds. Riopel forces it underneath. Couldn't get it, but it comes back outside for the jumper by Olsen. No good. Riopel underneath lays it up and in.
That's Steve Riopel. I believe it's his 4th basket inside, and that's something we don't usually see. Usually cans them all from the outside, and tonight he's been very effective inside as well.
Down to 7 seconds to go in the half. Wortman outside. The Ringenbach, he's open from 15. He misses it. And the buzzer sounds. And that'll do it for the first half. An outstanding first half of basketball here tonight at Bethel High School. With the Bethel Braves on top of the intermission by a score of 32-29. Our broadcast brought to you tonight by Computers Plus at 25th and Jefferson. If you're thinking of purchasing a computer for your home or business needs, come in and see your computer expert in downtown Tacoma. Computers Plus, 25th and Jefferson in Tacoma. Well, Rod, as you look back at the first half very quickly, again, I think the thing that stood out most is that neither club was really able to cut the offensive teams off the board. They were getting a lot of offensive rebounds. Both teams were, and able to get some putback shots underneath.
Jefferson was very effective with those 2nd and 3rd shots inside. Of course, Ulrich is a lot bigger than anybody Bethel's had, and he was extremely tough, but also Gross inside did a lot of damage to Bethel. Bethel again is content to get out and run, and I think on their home court with the style of play that they're used to running, I think that's going to benefit them in the long run. I'll be looking for Jefferson to go inside more and maybe slow it down a little bit, because that's where they were mostly effective, was inside.
And it's halftime here at Bethel High School, and the Braves fighting for their lives in the South Puget Sound League playoff picture. Lead Jefferson in the intermission by a score of 32-29. We'll come back with some statistics and the 3rd quarter after this.
Does everyone at the game know when you arrive because you have engine problems? Let Valley Auto Recycling solve your problems with a used or rebuilt motor for your Honda, Toyota, Datsun, Subaru, Mazda, Mitsubishi, Chevy LUV, or Ford Courier. Rebuilt and low-mileage used motors are guaranteed and will save you hundreds of dollars. We also carry new and used parts for foreign cars, as well as do tune-ups, brake jobs, and muffler repair. Get your car running for less at Valley Auto Recycling, behind Daffodil Bowl in Puyallup.
Come bowl with us. Paradise Village, where you'll find live entertainment and 24-hour restaurant, and Daffodil Bowl offer moonlight bowling on Friday and Saturday nights, rent-a-lane on Sundays, and electronic dartboard 7 days a week. Call us about upcoming tournaments. At Daffodil Bowl, the Women's State Tournament. At Paradise Village, the Daffodil 1111 Tournament. We also have programs for kids and senior swingers. Come to Daffodil Bowl in Puyallup and Paradise Village in Parkland, your bowling fun centers.
If you own a video cassette recorder, you're already getting more out of your cable service. But to enjoy the full flexibility your video system was designed to deliver, Cable TV Puget Sound suggests this, our Video Control Center. It's one of the finest switching devices available for home video. With the VCC, you can select basic cable, premium channels, or your VCR for viewing, recording, or playback. Or with the touch of a button, change your system to include a home computer or video game.
Right now, you can save $14 on a video control center at any of the 3 cable TV stores. You pay only $39.95 for the ultimate in video switching convenience. Visit our newest cable TV store in Federal Way's Century Square for a VCC demonstration. Our newest store is a complete entertainment, information, and communication center with special cable subscriber discounts on video movie rentals, VCRs, and other cable services. Stop in soon.
Serving our subscribers with programming 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is C10, Channel 10, a service of Cable TV Puget Sound, the channel where you will find local sports and programs of community involvement all year round. CTEN can also be seen on Group W, Channel 19.
Bethel High School band, you see, and the Bethel High School Braves right now play some good basketball, leading by 3 here at halftime, 32-29. Winning scores for Bethel in that first half. Steve Riefel had a dozen points, coming on 6 field goals. Mark Tingstad also in double figures. He had 10. 6 for Pat Mullen, 2 apiece for Nino Calicoleo and Don Feller. For Jefferson in the first half, Greg Ulrich, their leading scorer. He had 5 field goals for 10. 7 points for Brock Wortman, and 4 apiece for Jim Turner, Chris Gross, and Brent Ringenbach. Interesting statistics, and the one that really jumped out at you in the first half, Ron, and that is the fact that Jefferson outboarded Bethel in the first half 20-7.
Boy, that's really something. I know a lot of those were offensive rebounds, too. As we mentioned earlier, they had a couple of times they had 3 or 4 follows in there, and they really did a job on that offensive board.
Unofficially, both teams hitting better than half of their shots. Jefferson in the first half right at 50%, 12 of 24. And Bethel in the first half at 58%, 16 of 28. Ulrich was the leading rebounder, by the way, for Jefferson in that first half. He had 7 rebounds to go along with his 10 points. At the free throw line, Bethel did not get an opportunity. They were 0 for 0 in the first half. Jefferson 5 for 8 at the free throw stripe for 64% in that first half of play. Again, as you look at the South Puget Sound League standings, as we enter this ball game tonight, Curtis, of course, has wrapped up the South Puget Sound League Championship, but really there are 4 other teams battling for 3 playoff spots that are left. Puyallup and Decatur, as we talked here this evening, 11-4, Jefferson 10-5, and Bethel and Sumner at 8-7. Both those teams still mathematically alive, but they've got to have a victory. The Bethel Braves do here tonight, and they're playing with a lot of enthusiasm. I think Mike Mullen jumping off the bench in the early going and going after the officials a little bit, all the way at the other end of the floor, an indication of that. So here we go. It'll be Ulrich to jump it against Calicoleo for the Bethel Braves. Dean Hayter sets it up in the middle, and Ulrich gets the tip, batted around out of bounds. It'll be off the hands of Mullen, and it'll go to Bethel. Go to Jefferson. The Raiders trailing by 3, 32-29. Ringenbach right side to Turner now. Inside pass, a fine pass underneath, and the layup wouldn't quite go down that time for Chris Gross, but he'll go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Foul's going to be charged that time to Mark Tingstad. That's his first.
Looks like right away that Jefferson's going to try and go inside on Bethel, take advantage of that slight height advantage they do have.
Gross gets the first one to fall for him. Chris has been averaging almost 14 points a game, had but 4 in that first half. And the second one is perfect. It is 32-31, Bethel on top. Mullen left side angle now. Swings it out to Olson, back to Mullen. Olson on top. Time to take a look at that defense now. They're going to back it away for a moment. Bethel wanting to bring Jefferson out of that zone defense if they can, even though they are leading by just a point. Outside, Riefel. Gets it to Pat Mullen. Now to Riefel near the timeline. Olson deep in the corner now. Swings it out there to Tingstad. They're dropping back basically in what appears to be a 2-3 zone. Now the 5-second count is on. And he's got to get rid of the ball, and did he not? No, they say the defense has got to come out past that line and get to him within the time period. That was the indication there by Dave Carone, and they did. Now they put pressure on, and now we have a timeout. No, a technical foul called. Apparently, Dave Carone made the indication that you have to come out and challenge that offense when you are behind by a point, and they did not do so, so a technical foul is called.
Looks like they just gave another one on the coach down here, too. He wasn't happy with the call. I'm not sure. I think they might have called another technical.
There's the first free throw by Riepel. It is good. Steve with his 13th point. And now we've got two more upcoming. You were right. Bruce Case did not like the call at all. And they not only hit the Raiders with a technical for the single free throw, but two more on the technical to their head coach, Bruce Case. And Riepel hits all three of them.
The way that works, Steve, is the defense, if they're behind, they have to make the initial movement to come out and play defense. Now, the referee did warn the defense once, and that's what the rule states. You're warned once, and then the second time it's up to you to come out. And he felt that time that they had gone back again, and instead of a second warning, it's a technical foul. That's how the rules state it, and that's what they called.
Well, that was exactly the indication. You saw Dave Carone indicate to the defense, hey, you guys are behind. You have to come out of that zone defense. And when they did not, then in the ensuing play, come out and challenge Bethel, all the technical foul was called. And at that point, Bruce Case jumped up off the bench and was not pleased with it at all, and he was slapped with a two-shot technical, so Riepel hit all three of them. Steve Riepel now with 15 points, by the way. And Bruce Case still kind of shaking his head about that one.
That's a tough one to swallow when you're a coach, because not only did they just score three foul shots, but they get the ball back here, and this can be a big 5 or 7 point swing, as it may turn out.
Really could be. Bethel with a 4-point lead, and we've got a blocking foul called as Mullen went down the middle, and a call went against the Raiders that time. Chris Gross picks it up, his second, and that sends Mullen to the free throw line. And as you mentioned, Ron, we could have a 5-point play basically for the Bethel Braves here. The 3 free throws by Riepel, and the first one here, though, is no good by Mullen. It is a 35-31 ball game. Bethel on top. 6:29 left to play third quarter. Second one, he missed it. And Ulrich has the rebound. Outside now to Ringenbach. Ringenbach, top of the key. Right side angle. Swings it off there to Gross, down top to Ringenbach. To Wortman. To Ulrich at the free throw line. Doesn't want the shot from there. Kelikaleyo sagging off of him. Kelikaleyo picks up Wortman, who forces the shot there, and Mullen comes away with a rebound. Lead pass ahead up the left side. Double team pressure. Bank shot from center. Good. Chris Olsen hit it. Olsen with his first field goal tonight, and that gives Bethel a 6-point lead, their biggest, at 37-31. They were up by 5 one time earlier, and that was in the very early going at 8-3. Turner underneath. Backs it out of there, now goes to Wortman. A Turner on the right side angle to Ulrich at the free throw line. Turner around to pick. To Wortman at the edge of the lane. Now in the corner. Baseline drive, and a 10-footer bounces and will not go. Scramble for the rebound. Comes off the Ringenbach. Lays it in. Gross put it up, and it wouldn't drop, and Ringenbach was there on the other side for the offensive rebound.
Again, about 2 or 3 chances for Jefferson that time. They keep the ball alive on the boards, and it paid off for him. They got a second shot.
Riepel dishes right side angle now. Out on top. It comes off to Chris Olsen. And they back it away once again. Again, they are out challenging now that offense. And now we have the 5-second call, and it will go to Jefferson. Well, Bruce Case is a little bit happier now. He got that defense out there. They challenged him, and they forced the turnover.
They weren't going to take any chances that time. They were really out challenged and playing tough defense. They didn't want another technical foul called.
Turner handles right side angle, not a Ringenbach. Goes to Wortman underneath. Wortman between two players, had it slapped loose, and it goes out of bounds, and it will go to the Jefferson Raiders. Turner outside now to Ringenbach. 4:30 left to play in this third quarter. Bethel up by 4, 37-33. Down low, fall away 10-footer. That's way short by Chris Gross. Rebound underneath. Ulrich is fouled on the play, and the foul will be called on Riopel. Again, the offensive rebounding and the board power for the Raiders has been a real key tonight.
That's got to be a bundle of offensive rebounds for Ulrich alone. He's been there a number of times.
Ulrich looking for his 11th point of the night. He misses on the first one. Second one is off the mark as well. And here come the Braves with a 4-point lead in the basketball. Right side angle, Mullen now. Top of the key to Riopel. There's Tingstedt. Between the circles now, they get it up to Chris Olsen. Down the lane comes Riopel. Had his shot blocked, but got it back and laid it in. Ulrich got a hand on it. Riopel got the ball back and laid it home. Riopel now with a total of 17 points. Bethel matches their biggest lead of the evening. It's 39-33. Left side angle, Raiders with the basketball now. They go to Wortman, lobs it down to Turner. Turner steps through move and lays it short, no good. Calacoleo comes away with it. 3-on-3. Mullen, cross-court pass, scramble for the loose ball. Calacoleo loses it. And Tingstedt had a hand on it. We've got a jump ball. Checking into the lineup now for the Jefferson Raiders, Eric Holmquist. And Chris Ulrich comes out. Ulrich getting a breather, and he has been a real horse tonight with 10 points and a bundle of rebounds. Tingstedt jumping against Gross, and the Raiders control it. A 3-on-3, left side angle. Ringenbach banks one in. And it'll count, and he got fouled. Ringenbach gets the hoop, and Riopel draws the foul.
I want to tell you, that was some kind of play by Ringenbach that time. He had really a 1-on-3, and there wasn't much he could do but go up with it strong, and that's what he did. He went right at the bucket, went up hard, and got a possible three-point play.
Ringenbach makes it a three-pointer. And draws the Raiders to within 3 now, 39-36. Mullen working way out front. Riopel cross-courts a pass. He gets away from Mullen, but picked up there by Chris Olsen. Riopel deep in the corner now to Mark Tingstedt. Back to Steve Riopel. Now to Mullen, tries to drive down the lane, and we've got a blocking foul out front. This one will be on Ringenbach, I believe. It will be. Mullen to inbound for the baseline, lobs it out front to Olsen. In the lane, there's Tingstedt, a little 5-footer, bounces high, won't go. Scramble for the rebound, and we've got an over-the-back foul called on Tingstedt. Second one on Mark. Bruce Case there with a clipboard saying, hey, let's run this play, guys.
That's something that's very effective in a game like this. A lot of times with the crowd as loud as they are, you can't hear the coach's signals, so they'll write down plays on the clipboard and signal them in, and it's a good move on a noisy gym.
Holmquist way out front now to Turner. He'll take that one from 16, and he buries it. Turner now with 6 points. And Bethel's 6-point lead of a moment ago has been sliced to 1 now, 39-38. 2:10 left to play in the third quarter. Down low, there's Tingstad. Tried to turn and go to the hoop, and he got hacked on the arm. Foul is on Ringenbach. Brett Ringenbach picks up his second personal foul. At the line, Steve Riopel. His first one on the way and right there. Riopel is 74% at the free throw line. And he is a perfect 3 for 3 so far tonight. Riopel's second one good. (41-38). Bethel on top by 3. 2 minutes to go now, third quarter. A little bit more pressure outside now applied by Bethel. Holmquist looking for a cutter, can't find anybody. Finally goes out on top to Wortman. Now to Turner. Picked up there by Mullen. Down low to Wortman. Wortman has been really quiet here in the second half so far. Turner, right side angle. Closely guarded there by Mullen. Now to Turner on the right side to Ulrich. Turner goes around to pick by Ulrich. Left wing now to Ringenbach, and he'll fire one up from 8. It'll drop for him. Ringenbach now has a total of 9. Bethel at the other end. Olsen in the lane fires up an off-balance 10-footer. Can't get the rebound. Here comes Ringenbach, 3-on-2. Ringenbach in the middle, dishes left side angled for Wortman's layup, no good, and a charge call. Wortman knocked over Pat Mullen that time. Wortman picks up his second personal foul, and it really puts a stop to Wortman. Really, almost since the first quarter, he's been held scoreless now. Has 7 points on the night, but he's been very silent here in the last 2 periods.
Good play by Pat Mullen on that, too. He saw the break, and he couldn't check the shot. He could only do one thing, and that's get to a good position and hope for a charging foul, and that's exactly what happened.
Right corner now, Tingstad. Outside to Donfeller, now near the center circle to Mullen. They're playing catch. They're going to maybe try to work it down for the final shot of the quarter. Bethel up by 1, 41-40. We're down to 28 seconds to go in this third period. Feller near the timeline, swings it off to Mullen, now to Riopel, to Tingstad. They want to keep that defense moving and maybe get them out of position, get that backdoor cut for a layup. Down to 8 seconds to go in the corner. They clear out of side for Riopel. He swings into the lane for a 5-footer, and he can't get it. Kaleo comes back with it and lays it in at the buzzer. There's the big guy who's done such a good job on the boards for them all season, and they got a key offensive rebound there. Mino Kaleo hits it at the buzzer, and after 3 periods, it's Bethel on top, 43-40. We'll come back with final quarter action after this.
Buying your computer is great, but the fun has just begun. Using your computer opens a whole new world of possibilities. That's when you need more than a department store. At Computers Plus, you'll find Atari, Commodore, and Sanyo computers, plus a wide selection of printers and software for home, education, or business, plus all the best games. Computers Plus. Computers Plus the software, accessories, and expert help to get the most out of computing. Computers Plus, 25th and Jefferson, downtown Tacoma.
And now, the breakthrough in music for your car. Alpine Car Audio Systems. Electronically tuned FM/AM cassette decks that deliver rich, live music sound. 7-band graphic equalizers, bridgeable amplifiers for expanded high power, and the Alpine collection of powerful, clean subwoofers and speakers. Higher fidelity car audio systems from Alpine. Only your Alpine dealer has them.
Alpine Car Audio Super Systems at the Music Machine Alternative. Come on in and get wired.
Bring warmth and style into your home and save money, too, with energy-efficient wood-burning stoves from South End Wood Stoves and Spas. They carry a huge selection of freestanding and insert stoves, all at prices to meet your budget. This beautifully handcrafted Orley wood stove radiates heat just like the sun. A turbulent blowtorch effect is obtained from 2 side dampers. This contains the flame and gases longer, resulting in more heat, less wood, and less creosote buildup. Warmth, beauty, and savings. Come and find it all today at South End Wood Stoves and Spas.
We know we have to advertise, but we can't afford to waste money. Buying newspaper, radio, or broadcast television means you're paying to reach a lot of people who may not be your target market. With cable TV, I budget where it'll do the most good. The different channels on cable and the specialized programs work much like magazines. I buy only what's going to reach my best customers. And with cable's low rates, there's no wasted money. My ads on cable TV have worked well.
Put your money where your market is. Call Cable TV Puget Sound for details.
So they get set to start the final quarter here at Bethel High School, and a good ball game we have going. The Bethel Braves, who trail Jefferson by a couple of games in the South Puget Sound League and battling for their playoff lives, are right in it tonight, leading by 3 after 3 quarters. It's 43-40. And interesting, I guess, Ron, as you look at the last couple of periods, one guy we focused on in particular was Brock Wortman. He was the guy that really led Jefferson in the early going and gave them their only lead of the ball game in the first half, but they've really put the clamps to him.
They really have. He was the key to Jefferson's attack in the first half with a lot of fine shots and some fine passing, and I think Mike Mullen said we've got to stop him at halftime, and they've done a good job at it. The guy who's really done a job for Jefferson on the second half and helped him get back in this game is Brent Rickenbach there. He's came in and made a couple of key shots, had a couple of nice fast breaks and passes, and he's really sparked them. You could really feel a momentum change here towards the end of the third quarter.
Bethel with a basketball as we start this final period. Outside Mullen. Backing it away. And again, they've been trying to draw Jefferson out to find some lanes to cut through and get down low for some easy baskets here. Mullen outside, loosely guarded there by Ringenbach. Mullen looking for an opening. They leave the middle open for him. He's double teamed now. He gives to Riopel. Dishes off to Tingstad. Outside now to Pat Mullen. Bethel patiently working with the basketball now. They've used up a minute on the clock here in this final quarter. Mullen double team, gets it outside to Feller, now to Riopel and back to Mullen. Mullen at the top of the key, double team pressure and a reach-in foul call. This one will be on Chris Gross. That's his third. Unusual, I think you've seen in the past the Bethel teams that we know of that like to fast break, like to get out and run, and like to sometimes even play the wide open offense, but they're controlling the basketball here and very patient with it, but missing the free throw is Mullen, and here come the Raiders.
A lot of times Bethel likes to get out and run and do that fast break until they've got a lead, and when it gets closer to the end of the game, they like to hold that lead a little bit since they are smaller and susceptible to inside, and I think that's what they're doing here. They're going to slow it down a little.
Ringenbach goes the left side angle to Wortman. Pat Mullen, who missed the free throw moments ago, is 0 for 3 at the free throw line here in the second half. And a foul out front. Dean Hayter makes the call. Mino Kelakaleo gets the foul. That's his second. Chris Ulrich will come out of the game now. Excuse me, Greg Ulrich comes out, and checking in is Craig Deaver for Jefferson.
That Bethel foul there, that puts both teams in the bonus, and this game could be decided on the line this last quarter.
That one's in and out that time by Gross, and here come the Braves. So neither team really sparkling at the free throw line here in the second half. Mullen right side, he'll gun from 16, it's right there. Mullen hits it, and that gives Bethel a 5-point lead now, 6 minutes to play in the game. Down low, they get it to Gross. His shot is blocked by Kelakaleo. 3-on-2. Here's Mullen driving down the lane. Bank shot, he's got it. Wortman at the other end goes to the baseline, and his shot is knocked out of bounds, but a foul is called. This one will be on Pat Mullen. A couple of big plays there by the Bethel Braves. And that has enabled them to open up their biggest lead. Now they're on top by 7 at 47-40. As you see, Pat Mullen, the foul was called on him. That is his first. Wortman at the line for Jefferson. Wortman's free throw is good. Wortman now tonight at the line, 4 of 7. And the second one bounces home. That gives Wortman 9 points. And it's a 47-42 ball game with Bethel on top of the basketball. 5.5 minutes to go.
There's a big 2 points for Jefferson that time. Bethel had run off 6 straight and looked like they were going to get a pretty decent lead there, and it was important Jefferson scored, and they got a big 2 points at the other end.
Jefferson coming out with a trapping pressure now. They get it on top to Pat Mullen. Cross court now to Feller. Don Feller to Pat Mullen. They try to go to the middle and get it to the middle man. That's Riopel for a 5-footer, and he hits it.
Bethel can really be tough in that sort of delay action that they run there because they essentially have 4 guards on the court. Some really good ball handlers. They can spread it out and really do a good job on that delay game.
Riopel with that hoop. He now has unofficially 21 points on the night, and that is better than his per-game average of about 17. We have 4:53 left to play in the contest. And Bethel, with their biggest lead of the night now, they're out on top by 8 at 50-42. The Music Machine Alternative offers performance not only in their car stereo systems they carry, but also in their customer service. They go beyond the sale to make sure you get the system that's right for you and make sure that it stays right as well. The Music Machine Alternative. Come in and get wired. Well, it was that spurt in the last couple of minutes, really, that's enabled Bethel to kind of pull away and get to what would seem at this point to be a comfortable lead. They've readjusted the scoreboard at 49-42 on us now. A 7-point lead with 5 minutes left to play, but the key is now, will that Bethel offense has been able to control things really here in the last quarter? Can they hang on to the ball now and kind of work that clock down?
Got to give Bethel credit. Looked like Jefferson had a little momentum going there towards the end of the third quarter, and Kali Kaleo hit a very big bucket right at the buzzer of the third quarter that put Bethel up by 3, and ever since then, Bethel's been in command a little bit better. They've really fought off that Jefferson surge. We'll see if they can keep it up.
So here we go. The Raiders with the basketball. Into the lane goes Wortman. His shot is no good, but we do have a foul on the play, and it's going to be on Olsen, I believe. Chris Olsen picks up the personal foul. That is his 4th. You see Olsen talking over with Mike Mullen. Kaz Yamada has checked into the Jefferson lineup now, one of the guard spots. Here's Wortman to shoot a pair. First one bounces and will not go for him. Wortman's been up there 9 times now and has hit 5 of them. Second one, he's got it. A 6-point Bethel lead. Quickly in forecourt. Here's Riopel at the baseline left. Lobs it way out front now to Pat Mullen. Mullen working against Kaz Yamada. Yamada in there trying to put some defensive pressure on Mullen and really get up on him right now and force some mistakes, and Yamada gets the foul instead. That is the first on Kaz Yamada. .425 left to play in the game. At the line will be Pat Mullen. 10 points tonight for Mullen, but he is 0 for 3 at the line. Let's see whether he can hit this one. He does. Big free throw there with 4:25 to go. Second one bounces and drops. An 8-point Bethel lead. And Jefferson forced to a situation they have to work quickly now. Here's Wortman. Lobs outside of Yamada. Now to Ringenbach. He's open from 15, and he's got it. Ringenbach got the hoop. Underneath, wide open is Olsen. His shot is blocked, and here come the Raiders the other way. 2-on-2. Wortman almost lost control, and then his foul. Wortman almost lost control of the basketball, then went down in a heap as he was tripped up. Kingstad draws the personal foul. Coming out of the lineup now is Craig Deaver. And Chris Gross comes back in for Jefferson. Big play at the other end to get that blocked shot and put Wortman on the line for the free throw, and he hits it.
That was a very big series for Jefferson that time. Bethel was on the verge of making it a 10-point ball game here with just about 4 minutes to go, and Jefferson had two exchanges where they scored, and Ringenbach again hit a key jumper. He's really come through for him in the second half.
Yamada comes out, and Jim Turner back in for Jefferson. Wortman's second one, he's got it. So it's 51-47 with 4 minutes to go and almost a steal in backcourt. Olsen gets out of there with it. Left side angle to Calacolillo. Now outside to Pat Mullen. Mullen has it batted away. Here come the Raiders. Wortman, step through move, layup, good. Wortman with the hoop, and we're down to a 2-point game. And they throw it away. It went off the hands of Kingstad out of bounds. And the Jefferson fans really pleased about that. They have seen their team fight back from an 8-point deficit. They are down by just 2. Here comes Greg Ulrich back into the game. Coming out is Eric Holmquist, and here are the Raiders putting out a charge right now with 3:30 to go. They can tie it up. Here's Turner looking for Ulrich. In the lane, Ringenbach, 5-footer, bounces and goes. Ringenbach with 9 second-half points now, and the Raiders have scored 8 straight. We are tied at 51, 3 minutes to go in the game. Right side angle, Kingstad. They came a little bit smaller, quicker defensive lineup, and it's paid some dividends here in the late going. Here's Mullen, right side angle, goes baseline. Mullen almost walked, he threw it away. Here comes Wortman, 3-on-2. Wortman in the middle, pulls up for an 8-footer, good, and he got fouled. Well, the Jefferson fans who made their way here from Federal Way love it. The Bethel fans very quiet right now as we have a timeout. But there is some jubilation on that Jefferson sideline right now as they have scored 10 straight points. Wortman hits that one. And Jefferson goes up 53-51.
What a tremendous swing in this game. Just about 2 minutes ago, Bethel was on the verge of really being in total command of this game. They were just inches away from a 10-point margin. Jefferson, you really got to give them credit. They were very competitive, came back. They didn't roll over by any means. They've come back and put on a great surge here, and I believe that's, 10 or 12 straight points now, and they've got a 2-point lead. You really got to give those guys credit.
10 in a row for the Jefferson Raiders, and they take the lead for really only about the 3rd time tonight, on top 53-51. And the two guys you mentioned, Ron, Brock Wortman and Brent Ringenbach, we talked about the fact that Wortman had been pretty well shut down. Well, he came out of here in the late going, and he really has gotten fired. Wortman has scored 9 points now. It is 9 in the second half, and most of those coming in this final period. Ringenbach has added 9 of his own, and a lot of those coming on some steals and drives the length of the floor.
A key part of the second half was when earlier Bethel was shutting down Wortman. Ringenbach picked up the slack, and that's what you got to do. You got to cover for each other and help each other out.
Wortman hits the free throw. He is now 6 of 7 at the line here in the second half. 54-51, Jefferson on top by 3, and if my memory serves, that is their biggest lead of the night. Cross-court pass almost stolen away that time by Chris Gross. 2:26 to play in the game. Jefferson up by 3. Right side, Steve Riefelt. He leads all scorers tonight with 21 points. Here's Mullen, 5-footer, short, no good. Scramble for the rebound. Calacolio, bank shot from 5, will not go, and Ulrich has the rebound. Jefferson in control now with 2 minutes to play, and they're going to try to work on the clock a little bit. We've got a foul call. That one will be on Mullen. And Wortman, who was struggling at the line in the first half, but is now in his last 4 in a row, will be up there to shoot 1 and 1. Wortman cannot get this one, though, and Tingstad has the rebound. Gives it off to Mullen. Bethel down by 3 with 1:50 to play. Mullen all the way to the corner. There's Riefel on top. He backs it away. Goes to Tingstad. 14-footer off the iron. No good. And the rebound taken away by Ringenbach. Ringenbach to Wortman. 1:30 left to go in the game. Jefferson with a basketball, leading by 3. Gross outside. Pressure. Backdoor to Turner. Turner underneath. Went up. Had a shot blocked. Got it back. Outside now to Ringenbach. On top to Turner. Down to 1:10 left to go. Bethel in a situation where they have to foul now, but what do we got? We do have a foul away from the ball. It's on Calacolio, I believe. Check that. It's not on Calacolio, but on Mullen. And we have a timeout with 1:09 left to play. Jefferson will be at the line to shoot a 1 and 1 in just a moment. And the Raiders leading by a score of 54-51. Well, that's not really what high school basketball is all about, the turnaround. You've seen Bethel run the fast break and be really the quicker team all night long. But here with a couple of moves by Bruce Case to get some smaller ball players into the lineup and to force a little bit more pressure, it really has proved effective here in the late going.
Jefferson's really done a good job, and you mentioned that quicker lineup for Jefferson. They just, when it looked like things were getting bad, they put in that quick lineup, and they got steal after steal. And again, I don't want to keep singing the praises of Wortman and Ringenbach, but those two guys are the key factors. They made things happen, not only by scoring themselves, but by making steals and setting up their teammates, and they just done an outstanding job. I'm really impressed with Jefferson's comeback here. They very easily could have said this looks like it's Bethel's night, but they came back tough and looks like they're in the driver's seat now.
The other thing that Bethel was trying to do was to open up the lanes in the middle and to find some lanes to the basket, but Jefferson has really done a good job defensively of shutting down the middle in the second half. Here's Ulrich at the line to shoot 2. His first one is on the way, and that's a brick, but it hangs and does not go. I thought some glass was coming down that time, but it almost went for him. The second one, he missed them both. Now we've got a foul called, and it's going to be on Turner. And what a key turnaround that could be.
That is a very big turnaround. Ulrich there had a 2-shot intentional foul called out front, and he missed both of those. And then on the rebound, Turner made kind of a silly foul on an over the back, and not only does Bethel have a chance to cut the lead, but no time really goes off the clock, just a second or two.
That's exactly it. 1:07 to play. And Bruce Case wants a timeout here. He wants to try to put the ice on Mark Tingstad, possibly. Tingstad has not been to the free throw line tonight, but he will have a couple of key free throws. That is, if he can hit the first one anyway. It'll be a 1-and-1 situation. And Tingstad, who has 5 field goals, all those coming in the first half. He had 10 points, but has not scored in the second half of play.
Mark Tingstad's a real competitor. I got a feeling that he's gonna make those shots. He's a real competitor, and he comes down, and he's one of those money type of players you like on your team. He'll do anything to win. He's really an unsung hero on this Bethel team. He's basically known for his defense and tough inside play, but as you mentioned, he was 5 for 5 in the first half. He's got a little offensive spark too.
Well, a couple of key free throws. You've got your senior up there You're a big guy who swings from forward to center, but he's got to have these right now because this is Bethel's season right here. Trailing Jefferson by 2 games in the standings and needing to have this win really to stay alive for postseason play. They trail by 3 with 1:07 left to go. Dave Carone says, okay, guys, let's not get in the lane too soon. And here we go. Tingstad's free throw. Bounces it. 11 points now for Tingstad, and it's a 2-point ball game, 54-52. Second one, he hit them both. It is a 1-point Jefferson lead with 1 minute to go. Ringenbach working against Riopel. Ringenbach gets it up the left sideline now. Goes there to Wortman. And Holmquist is fouled by Calacolillo. You got to believe, I guess, that is a good foul because Holmquist has not seen much action at all tonight. And he's just come off the bench once again, so the pressure is really on right now.
Very good foul. I'm sure Mike Mullen has told his players which guys he'd rather see on the line, and I think Holmquist is one.
And he missed it, but Jefferson gets the rebound. Turner is fouled by Mullen. So Jim Turner got a big offensive rebound off the miss by Holmquist, and Mullen fouled him. That is 4 on Mullen now. And Turner goes to the free throw line. Turner's first one bounces, no good. Rebound taken by the Braves. Down to 40 seconds left to go. Mullen looks to the bench. Mike Mullen says timeout, and Pat Mullen takes one. With 38 seconds left to go. Well, let's talk a little bit here. In the second half, they haven't really had anybody who's really had the hot hand. Who do you go to in this situation?
I think what you got to do is go to the guy who got you here in the first place, as they always say, and either Mullen or Riopel are the guys who are the big guns for Bethel, and probably the guys who have been in this situation before. It's important to go to somebody that's been in this situation before because they've been there and they know what to do. I think I would look for Bethel in this situation to not waste too much time on the clock. They're probably going to go after it right away. I would look for Mullen to do some sort of penetration, either take it in himself or look for Riopel for the open shot. I think that's their best bet because in those two guys, you've got two guys that can make the big shot, and those are the guys who are the leading scorers and probably the best shooters. That's what I would do if I was Coach Mike Mullen at this point.
Pat Mullen has 12 points tonight. Steve Riopel with a total of 21 unofficially, and they have been the leading scorers for Bethel. Bruce Case up along the sideline along with Dave Carone and Mike Mullen trying to get squared away how many timeouts are left and such, and here we go. 35 seconds to play. Pat Mullen looking over at Mike Mullen to see what they want to do against this particular defense, and now they'll try to attack it. Here's Mullen driving into the lane. His shot no good, tip no good. Scramble for the rebound. Mullen's 8-footer in and out, no good. Tip no good. And we have a foul underneath. Greg Ulrich drew the foul. And again, it's the little guys, the Bethel Braves, who are outboarded 20-7 in the first half. But I tell you, they went to the offensive board strong right there. And we have a timeout for Bruce Case and the Jefferson Raiders. 15 seconds left to play in the game. Bethel trailing by 1. And they will have a 1-and-1 situation in just a moment.
That was a situation, Steve, where I think Bethel just wanted it a little bit more in that instance. They were going after the board, and I guess they had 4 opportunities to get the ball in the hole, and they finally got the rebound and got the foul. And now Feller will be on the line with a big, I don't know if they called it a 1-and-1 or a 2-shotter, but it's awfully big. And I think Coach Bruce Case for Jefferson used the old psych-out timeout, where he called it right before the official handed the shooter the ball and tried to disrupt him a little bit. This is a big shot, but there's plenty of time left. We still have 15 seconds, too.
Interesting situation. We were talking about Eric Holmquist a moment ago. He had not seen much action, and when he went up there, he did not make the free throw. Don Feller, likewise, has not been in that much tonight. He is a senior, a 6'3" center, and he'll be at the line now for a critical free throw situation.
That's awfully tough to be on the bench most of the game and come in. You really haven't shot a shot that much except for the pregame warm-ups, and you got to come in and make a free throw, especially under this pressure. It's a lot to ask of a kid.
2 points tonight for Feller. This is his first trip to the line, though. 1-and-1 with 15 seconds to play. There it's up, and it's no good. And the rebound taken by Jefferson. Wortman trying to dribble out some time in backcourt, down to 10 seconds. And we have a foul. 9 seconds left to play in the game. Riopel picked up the personal foul. And on the other hand, here's a guy you probably don't want to send up there in this particular situation. He's been hitting most of them here in the second half.
He did an outstanding job. Wortman did too, and dribbling the ball around and wasting some time before he could let Bethel foul him. He wasted a good 6 seconds there just running from Steve Riopel.
Wortman's free throw is good.
That's a big one. A sophomore on the line with the game on the line, and he hit nothing but net.
18 points now for Wortman. He has 10 of those at the line tonight. His second one up and in. Down 8 seconds to go. Raiders obviously don't want to foul. All the way is Riopel. He lays it in. 1 second, and that'll do it. So the Jefferson Raiders have hung on to win this one and virtually put Bethel out of the running for a postseason playoff spot. A very happy group of Jefferson Raiders. Bruce Case and their coach, they hang on to win it by a final score of 56-55 over the homestanding Bethel Grays. We'll be back to recap things for you right after this.
This is the Super Channel offer you've been waiting for. The mid-season special, just $65. You've waited to see what the new Supersonics will do. Now you know they can take on the best the NBA has to offer. Jack Sikma, Gerald Henderson, Tom Chambers, Frank Burkowski, Danny Brains, Ricky Sobers. Move over, Houston. Lay down, L.A. It's the Seattle Supersonics, and they're hot. Right now, the Super Channel brings you the second half of the Sonic season for just $65. Plus, some of the top NCAA basketball matchups, including regional coverage of the Cougars of Washington State, Gonzaga, and Seattle Pacific. The mid-season special, basketball at its best for only $65. Call your local cable company and subscribe. If you act now, we'll send you this digital sports watch. Free. The time is right. The team is right. See it all right here on the Super Channel.
Interesting situation. Jefferson wins it tonight 56-55, and we talked about guys who weren't at the free throw line very much tonight. Brock Wortman was one of those guys who almost spent the entire night up there. He unofficially hit, as we look at it now, looks like 11 of 16 I have him for unofficially, including the final two, and they were the most important ones. That gave Jefferson a 3-point lead with 9 seconds to play and virtually put it out of reach. The Jefferson Raiders tonight get the victory, and now they move overall in the South Puget Sound League to a record of 11-5 and really put themselves in a more solid position for a postseason playoff spot. As we look at the final statistics on the night, leading scorers, 19 for Brock Wortman to lead away for Jefferson, 15 for Brett Ringenbach, 10 tonight for Greg Ulrich, the big center, 6 apiece for Chris Gross and for Jim Turner. Nobody else scored, so they had a total of but 5 players who got on the scoreboard tonight. For Bethel, they had a total of 6 players on the board. Steve Riopel with 21 points, but down the stretch, really in the final quarter, Riopel was pretty well shut out, particularly from the field. A total of 12 apiece for Pat Mullen and Mark Tingstad, 4 tonight for Mino Calicoleo, and 2 apiece for Chris Olson and Don Feller. Remarkable comeback run midway through that final quarter. Bethel had a 51-43 lead, and that's when Jefferson, as you mentioned, almost in a desperation situation, needing to force some big mistakes, put in a smaller lineup, and came up with some miscues and some quick baskets that got them right back in it.
Jefferson really did turn things around there. It was, as we mentioned earlier, it looked like it could have been Bethel's game there. They were in command, and Jefferson inserted those quicker players, made some key steals, and really turned the momentum. It was just a really exciting game tonight. It's one of those ones where it's too bad somebody has to lose. They both played hard. They both played well. And unfortunately, tonight there was a lot resting on this game as well, and it's too bad Bethel had to lose it, but Jefferson was just 1 point better tonight.
Jefferson 11-5. Bethel drops to 8-8 overall. Our C10 basketball game of the week brought to you tonight by South End Wood Stoves, by Computers Plus, by the Music Machine Alternative. My thanks to Ron Anderson and our crew here at Bethel High School. The final, once again, I'm Steve Thomas. Jefferson wins it by a final score of 56-55 over Bethel. So long for now.